I mean,
Gotta keep the major secret.
yeah, it's all a secret. You gotta learn it. They trust you, and then that's how things happen. I mean, I'll give you an example. I met a guy, and he told me it's kind of deal like um, he got a master, and his master is guy that lives in the mountains, and he met with through another guy, and it's not one of those things where they just you met them and they'll train you. It's more than they gotta trust you. You gotta be a good person. They got like a rule that faces now not all of them, but some groups, whatever clans or whatever you want to call them, they got certain vows like the one he was talking about is that you have to his two vows are the master has to transfer the teaching to the next student. If he doesn't, he's going to be struck by lightning. And the second thing is that he needs to teach a student that actually is good. You can't treat it to train or transfer the new techniques or whatever to a bad person, or that person would be struck by lightning. So it's harder, and that's the thing. That's what they vow. There's actually written proof of what their vows in. Um, and the deal is, uh, knowing it's happened or not, I don't know. I never really seen it, but the fact is, that's why it's hard to find people to actually just teach you because usually it's the first 3 years is what he told me. The first 3 years they'll just look at you, pay attention to you, and see if you're a good person, and they'll teach you something. And the next 3 years again, that's 6 years. They'll pay attention, they'll teach you more, and then if you're good and you're bad, and then next another 3 years is when they actually ultimately 9 years see if you're actually that person they're going to hand off their technique to. So there's stuff out there like Naruto, uh, um, Yu Yu Hakusho, you know, energy.
Yeah. I kind of remember us trying to do that stuff in college too, with the energy and meditation, trying to do it ourselves and trying to enhance our skills with that. And
I mean, you tell
we
me
were
about it.
able
When
to
I
like,
introduced you to it, all right, what did you experience?
well, like one of the main things, I kept getting goosebumps a lot. And I remember one time we were doing something in your room, trying to meditate or something like that, and we ended up hearing like some loud noises upstairs. But at that time, you said in your apartment, and you said that there wasn't anyone living upstairs, which was sort of kind of it made it kind of creepy hearing those noises from where we were, and we were just meditating and trying to focus on gathering energy.
I remember that. It was the time when we were going to trying to meditate through the whole night, and we only lasted 3 hours, which is very difficult,
Yep.
by the way. But yes, it it was kind of freaky. I mean, I was telling you, it was 3 floors. You remember in dorm time there was 3 floors. I was on the first floor, so we were sitting there meditating. This is just to viewers to know. Yes, and um, we were meditating on the third hour. I went to a deep state of meditation, um, a really deep state, and it was like I can see the light, and I'll tell you about there's things about that. There is things about the light, third eye, the universe's energy, and during that time I didn't completely understand it yet, but I I woke up. We both woke up was because upstairs it just like it wasn't it wasn't just a small sound. It was like a huge slam. It was like a door that slammed or
Yep.
a chair that was getting thrown against the wall. But I know that no one lived up second floor, and we actually went outside because there was windows that and the shades were actually pulled up, um, and there was nobody there. That was just completely freaky.
Yeah, and I think you said no one moved in until like the next semester.
Oh yeah, no one was there. No one was there for the whole semester. It was completely freaky. Um, I think well we stopped we didn't meditate that day, but what so now looking back at it, I kind of understand of what it is. There's two possibilities. One is that I reached to a state that was astral projection, where I actually could knock over something while I was there. The second thing was that there was probably spiritual around there that didn't want me to reach that state. Because there are such things as astral projection and ghosts and demons and all that kind of stuff. It's just stuff that we don't see. Majority of the time is when you'll see it when you were young. You know, you're around 8 to 10 years old, and then because it's a trauma to yourself, you get to a point where you shut them out and you don't want to see them. And then then when you start growing up, you don't ever really see them. But you do. Sometimes you walk into a room that you hadn't really been in for a while, and you get chills. You get little chills that just kind of scare you to your back. Or sometimes on the side of when you're on the right or left vision, you kind of see a shadow, and when you actually turn there's nobody there. That's absolutely something. The guy that I talked to, he said in China they're the best exorcism. And the reason why they're at best exorcism is because so many people die there. Because their population is the biggest population in the whole world. They're what how many billion people in their population?
Like I want to say 2 billion.
Can't remember. It's a huge number, but because they're so large, there's so many people die there, and that they have so many more wars than we do, and that there's more ghosts, there's more demons, there's more stuff that happen, and then because they're more into these spiritual guidance and see, they're more intuitive and understand their body more. And this is what all it is. It's not about energy. It's not about being knowing outside of things outside. It's knowing about yourself, your inner body, your insides. All of that is how you figure out what's outside. Your knowledge. You can learn so much stuff just by knowing you, by knowing yourself, your body, your organs, your blood cells, your white blood cells, your immune system, your heart, your liver, your lower intestines, your penis, your vagina. All that matters.
Okay.
I mean, that all of it matters, because I'll tell you, and this goes in a little deeper than we really want to talk about, but maybe another time. But each one of those things, the organs, represent powerful things, because that's what keeps you alive. And you can actually control it. You got to clean it out, because you heard the expression of your heart. It represents love. Like when you actually love something or really like something, you can feel it in your heart. A lot of people say that. So what about what about anger and stress and anxiety?
I would imagine those go to the fist.
Yeah. So because you get angry. But have you ever realized when you're so stressed, or you're so when you have so much anxiety and you're depressed, you feel it in your gut. Your stomach hurts. When you're so stressed out, your stomach actually hurts. You ever have that? And your stomach feels weird? Some people like to eat to make it feel better. They, and then, well, that's what it is. It's in your organs. Stress, anxiety, depression, anger. When you're mad, when you're super mad, you feel it in your stomach. Like we're in the center, a little closer to your stomach and up in your center side, below your heart. You ever get that?
Yes. Well, sometimes.
Yeah, but that's where it is. So here's the deal: your your heart stores love. Your lower intestine, your liver, your lungs, your stomach, those right there stores anger, anxiety, your organs, pretty much anger, anxiety, depression, all that. You gotta clean that out. Because the more pressure and anxiety and all that, it becomes where your body gets blockage of blood, and that's where you get sickness. Energy, chi, helps you clean that out. You gotta balance the love and the anxiety together so that you can be a healthy life and you can control all that with energy, with chi, building chi up, building energy up. And the secret is, how do you obtain it? You've seen Dragon Ball Z how Videl was trying to learn how to harness the energy and bring it out.
So she can fly.
Yeah, so she can fly and so she can actually pull it. Same concept. How can you trap? Everybody gets the energy, but how can you control it? So you talk about goosebumps. That's what you were doing. Like now, you remember how we were doing? Can you do goosebumps now? I know I was training you to how to control your own goosebumps, and you were doing it a while, but I don't know if you can you still do it.
Well, I think I still get a few goosebumps every now and then.
Yeah. But that's just acting that you have. Everybody has, but I'm talking about that's the energy, yes. But can you do it? As in, can you bring that? Can you automatically activate the goosebumps yourself?
Oh, wow. I haven't even tried, man.
Try it now.
I'm trying to focus, but not really getting them.
So you just haven't been. You've been wasting a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And you barely have any energy to conjure or to bring yourself. And I'll tell you why. Because majority of the time, I'll tell you what probably happened is majority of the time people they go to work and they use energy. Everything is energy. You eat, you try to bring more energy in, and then you use it by talking, by thinking, by working, by driving, by all that's energy. This whole world, everything is made of energy. But if you just use energy and don't produce enough energy, you get tired. You go to work and you come back, you're exhausted. You're tired. People think they go to the gym and they do eat right and all that stuff, and they will get more energy. Yes, that's fraction, maybe 25%. And then you go sleep and then you get energy back. Yes, that's another probably 25 so that you get 50. And if you get enough sleep, sometimes you get 60. You wake up. That's why a lot of people wake up still tired. Am I right? Do you wake up when you wake up in the morning, you still feel tired?
Yeah, I do. And sometimes I do get the sensation like I can't. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, kind of like unable to move. Even though my eyes are awake, I'm trying to move, and I'm not able to do anything. And sometimes after that, I do feel tired when I actually fall back asleep.
Yeah, you get some of that, and a lot of times is people from the dead like to mess around with a lot of people, and they're not scared of anything because they're already dead.
So it's not rape, is it? It's just like
rape. Hey, don't joke around with that. I've actually met people. I wouldn't say rape. I haven't met anybody with rape, but I've heard stories about rape, about spirits. But that's not. It's not here. It's in a third world country. But I have heard them having sex with. Yeah. They've had sex with a spirit,
You see, like,
and it's actually
yeah.
it's it was one of my auntie's ex-husband that passed away already. It's weird, I get it, but yeah, I remember one time being there, and he'll walk home and said, "Yeah, I'm coming home," like talking to himself, but there was somebody there, and yeah. So yeah, don't joke around with that. That stuff happens.
And speaking about, I mean, that, do you say there was something called, well, way of going doing masturbation to heaven?
Yeah, what do you think about that? Masturbation that happened? Wouldn't that sound nice?
I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody would be happy to have that.
Okay, so I've been listening to this guy. It's called Tao, uh, and it's a very interesting concept, and I think it makes sense. It goes into every the research I've done back, all this times that we back in high school and stuff here. Is that sperm in the ovaries of the egg of the when vagina and penis interact sex, and um, it you can create babies through it. Well, down in that organ, there's what he's talking about. It's a very sacred place where it's it can enter from the other side, like the universe, speaking to the universe, the light energy of the universe. That's how he hints to make babies because it's so powerful. Because it's actually the sperm is actual real, like a real living thing, and it's energy, and it's very strong energy. So his concept here is that it's Tao, by the way, um, is the religion, and I say religion, it's really just philosophy. That's what they like to call it, and it really is. And it's been over here for thousands and hundreds of years. And their study shows that that they've known this for a long time is that instead of ejaculation, because you don't get that sperm back. Everybody only have a certain amount of sperm. Yeah, you don't get that sperm back. You didn't know that?
I mean, I thought it just reproduced.
No. You're born with a certain amount of sperm. Like, may that be 100 billion, a million, I think 100 million, I think is around there. It depends on like if you're a strong, healthy male, you may even have 150 million, but you don't get that sperm back. So, so the thing is, but that's what he calls DMT, the energy, and that's where you can actually, speak to the heavens, talk to God, talk to who you believe in, and they speak back. You listen, you hear it because you got that strong energy that's still in you, that you know how to reproduce it and then capture it into your and use that energy. Hence, monks that don't go, don't have sex, they don't even get married because you don't get into the absorption of all the suffering from what they believe in, suffering, and then they can actually harness that energy also by not having sex, and because they have that whole human, the whole sperm, the whole energy themselves. And then priests back in the day, they didn't have that, and when they started getting married, well, apparently the way he explained it is when they were able to get married and they had sex, they couldn't, before they were talking to God, and then now when they had sex, they came up and God wouldn't talk back. They couldn't talk to God anymore because they weren't as pure. So now they make it where if they do go have sex, that they have to wait no, they had to wait a week before they actually can go back to the church, so they can actually talk to God again. So that's the concept. Now that's for you guys to believe or not believe. I don't know, but that's the concept. So and then what he says is ejaculation does not have to mean. There's a difference in ejaculation and orgasm. So if you can have an orgasm and not actually ejaculate, is the key. Is what he's talking about. So he'll teach you like to have the actual, jerk off, and and then right when you're about to hit 80 to 90%, when you're about to come, you relax, don't come, but let that energy go back up to your organs, and then spread it into your organs, and then shoot it around your organs, and then have it maybe even shoot up. If you're good enough, it goes up to your brain. So that energy becomes where you have a lot of energy during that time, and you actually shot up an orgasm up to your brain, and you can use that energy to clean out your organs, to clean out your cloggers, to clean out whatever. And during that time, you have a lot of energy where you can actually go do things like write a book. It's kind of like Viagra. Not Viagra. What's the things that kids do nowadays that helps you focus? That pill. Um.
I smoke weed now.
Yeah, that's different. But I'm talking about the not Viagra. The Viagra is what makes your penis big.
I think I know what you're talking about.
What's it called?
What they call it? Those
start with an A.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't ever use it, so I don't even know. But yes, it's kind of like that. You're completely focused, and if you do it really well, you're great. So they'll tell you that how you do it, and of course, but the more you hold in, the more energy, and the younger you are.
Adderall, that's what it was called.
Adderall, exactly. Yeah. So the more you jack off, the more sperm goes out. The older you are. As you get older, you get older. Your skin will start getting older, and I'm telling you the secret to youth at this point. So like, this guy is 73 years old. He looks like he's in his 40 to 50. Hasn't been sick since 50 to 60 years. And that's the thing. Like, that's why you don't realize you go to one of these monks and stuff. They look super young for their age. But yeah. So yeah, if you do it really well, and you can, that's where the concept from masturbation to heaven is it actually came from him, and it's more of like you can masturbate, hold an orgasm, hold it, and you create a whole DMT. You create a lot of energy in yourself, and the DMT is what helps you, what he says, get to heaven. Because if when you die, and if you don't have enough energy, you can't take yourself up. You become a ghost. You become a wandering ghost, and if you wander too much, you become a demon. So and here's the other concept. That's his philosophy. And I told you I did a lot of studies in these times. The one I really believe more into, I believe that too, but it's kind of relate the same thing. It's just the way how you interpret it. But energy is typically, you can get it from all, meditation. And what explained to me in certain monks is meditation is a good way. If you're meditating and you think about good things and doing good things and stuff, what you're creating is karma. You got good karma, bad karma. And karma becomes energy. You heard of what goes around comes around, and you do bad karma, you got a lot of bad energy. So that's going to come back. So you attract this energy. You do good karma, you attract good things. So when you meditate and doing all these things that he's talking about, typically what he's doing is creating good karma. And he's creating good energy. He's creating good chi. And I throw you some science in there. Recently, maybe in the past 10 years, maybe in a decade, whatever, they discovered antimatter. We know matter, and then now there's antimatter. Back when we were in high school, we were taught that matter can't be create or destroy. You remember that? Well, now they discover antimatter, where antimatter can destroy matter. So it can be created and it can be destroyed. Hence the big boom.